put this. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everyone for coming out. You are here in the Eagles Nest with your man Ryan. I have a special guest on. First of all, I want to say thank you to the Sports Lounge Media for powering us, and thank you for the Mobile One brand for being our sponsor, guys. Today we have a very special Eagles guest. You guys know who it is. Come on, that's Simone with the sports. Check it out. How you doing, Simone?
I'm good. We're one night closer to the big game, so I'm feeling good.
Whew, I still got the jitters a little bit, guys. I did mean to have a Commanders guy on here, but I didn't think he really wanted the smoke with two Eagles fans, so it looks like Buddy didn't pop out. But it's all good. It's all good. We still gonna hit the points. We're gonna get after it, and we're gonna talk about the birds that we know and love. So let's go ahead and get right into it. You know, with the Eagles finishing up practice report, we both had the practice or injury report, and we know that Jaden Daniels is dealing with an MCL sprain. We also have Cam Jernigan, who's dealing with a lower back injury. Let's talk about the Jalen Hurts knee sprain. How much do we think this is really going to affect Jalen Hurts? We know he isn't somebody that needs to be at 100% because of what we're asking him to do. But at the same time, Jalen is more deadly whenever he can move on the ground with his legs. So how does this knee injury play a part in our game plan and how we want to attack this Commanders defense?
Man, I just hope Jalen, he's going to be limited to an extent. I just hope it's not a serious limitation. He said he was going to be wearing a knee brace. He's wore a knee brace a good portion of last season, wore the knee brace before, and has still been able to be effective. So I just hope it doesn't take too much away from his game. But from what we've seen what they've said at practice, he's still been solid at practice. It's just going to, force him to be in the pocket a little more. And that's just going to come down to the O-line getting that extra protection. But at this point, it is what it is. It's all in. I expect him to be all in. He has to be all in. It's win or go home. So it's not you can't save nothing. You can't save nothing on the table. So I expect him to go all out with whatever's going on with the knee.
Right, and I agree with you 100%. Guys, at the end of the day, we are in the NFC AFC Championship week. Everybody's dealing with nicks and bruises, bumps, all that kind of stuff, right? So at the end of the day, if you feel healthy enough to go out on the field, we as Eagle fans expect you to put your best product out there. And we know Jalen Hurts is going to do what's take to win. I mean, all season long, we've had to deal with this narrative that Jalen Hurts is not the guy. He's got a throwing issue. He's got this. He's got that. Jalen Hurts is going to do exactly what we need to win. He's going to take care of the football, and he's going to get his guy Saquon Barkley involved as well as A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. I look for both of those guys to have much bigger roles in this one. I think he's going to get the football to them early and often, especially with this knee deal. Dallas Goedert has been a very big surprise in these playoffs. He's played extremely well, especially in the Green Bay game. So I'm excited. Will the knee hinder him? I agree with Simone. Yes, to an extent, it's going to prevent him from, you're not going to see QB power for 44 yards and a touchdown like we did against the Rams. Now, the weather conditions are going to be better. What does that mean? That means we're going to be able to throw the football a little bit more. Guys, the whole reason we shifted to what we shifted to against the Rams is because they were playing in a freaking blizzard. You don't come into a blizzard and say, what we need to do is throw the ball 30 times. That's a recipe to lose. We threw it 20 times. He was 15 of 20 for 75%, 128 yards, and a rushing touchdown for 70 yards. I'll take that every day of the week. Every damn day of the week.
Especially when it ends in a win. It ends in a W.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'm still confident. I know we got some issues on the injury report, but it's January. It's about to be February. Everybody's going to be dinged up. It's just the soldiers, they got to march on.
Yeah, it comes down to, guys, we're competing for a Super Bowl. Winner's going to the bowl. You feel me? We everybody needs to be all hands on deck. I fully expect Cam Jernigan to play.
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert's dealing with an ankle thing. He was full participant today. We'll have to see what happens. But at the end of the day, we know Jalen Hurts, as Eagles fans, me and Simone know that he's going to go out and he's going to do exactly what's asked of him to win this football game. I mean, over the last 7 playoff games, the man is 10-0 in touchdown to interception ratio. He has not turned the football over. That is all you can ask out of your quarterback. You don't need to throw for 400 yards a game and put up all these impressive numbers to win. Ask Joe Burrow. He's on the couch, and he was doing that. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure you'd rather be playing for the chance to go to a Super Bowl than throwing for 400 yards in a game. That's how I feel about that. So when we take a closer look at the Commanders side of things, for them, Jalen is limited. How are they going to stop Saquon Barkley? Because all I've heard all week, Commanders fans, and yes, I'm talking to y'all, is, well, we're just going to do what we did last time. We're going to stack the box and force Jalen to throw it. First of all, you forced Kenny Pickett to throw it, not Jalen Hurts. Remember that. Second of all, the Rams thought they were going to stack the box to stop Saquon Barkley too, but he still ripped off 205 yards in a tutty. So at the end of the day, can these Commanders limit him? Is that going to happen?
Yeah. Like you said, what team has stopped Saquon Barkley? The team that I feel like came the closest was the Steelers, and then we carved them up through the air. So, I mean, regardless of the game plan, this team, this offense is built to produce, because at the end of the day, you go after Saquon Barkley, somebody can be open downfield. We saw A.J. Brown was cooking last game on Lattimore. We saw Lattimore in this postseason has not been looking good at all. And Kenny Pickett had the Eagles in a position to win that game. The last Commanders game, it came down. Devontae Smith was open in the end zone. It was not a play that the Commanders defense made. The Commanders defense did not make a play. Devontae Smith was wide open. You know what I'm saying?
We are a Devontae Smith drop away from being a 15-win team. Like, at the end of the day, guys, that saved y'all. And look, I'm going to give it to you, Commanders fans. Your young rookie quarterback, he's a phenom. The kid's a future superstar. He's played absolutely incredible in the playoffs. All I've given him is praise all week. But at the end of the day, it's the conference championship. You're in the link. The crowd's going to be hostile. And he's going to have to prove that he can do it in that situation. Do I think Jayden Daniels can do that? Sure. Did he throw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns in our last meeting? Sure. None of that matters now. The playoffs, everything goes 0-0. This is round 3. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. And guys, I'm not going to lie to you. My money's on our defense. Darius Slay's played incredible. Quinion Mitchell is healthy. Cooper DeJean has been an elite tackler as a rookie corner. Okay, Isaiah Rodgers has stepped in and been absolutely incredible. I'm very excited to see what Jayden Daniels brings to this game, because he's going to be playing the best defense that he has seen thus far into the playoffs. And yes, I know you guys played the big bad Detroit Lions, who had 18 cats on IR. I get it. Y'all took care of them. Good. Thank you for sending them home.
And still gave up 30-some points.
What is it?
And the thing about the Commanders is I just don't think their defense is going to be able to hold us. Like, even in the game against the Lions, they still gave up 30-some points. The Lions were still in a position to win the game despite having all those turnovers. Like, same thing with the Buccaneers. Buccaneers in a position to win. They just had a self-inflicted wound with that botched snap that turned into a fumble. Like, the Commanders defense hasn't proved to me that they're going to be able to bite down and stop this Eagles offense. Eagles offense still moved on them with Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett was still getting that ball to A.J. Brown. Like, that's going to be the key in this game. You know, they're going to want to focus on Saquon and all that. We already know A.J. Brown is going to get his in this game. Jalen just got to get it to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown got to catch the ball. I mean, it's not snowing in this game. We got the blueprint from that last Commanders game, even though Jalen Hurts wasn't playing. Like, so strangely, I'm feeling very confident about this game, especially after the way the defense played last week. That was a Lions offense with a lot of talent on it. Like, a quarterback, Matthew Stafford, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, like a quarterback who is going to be remembered. Like, the way that our defense played against them, I'm just like,
and my man Chosen said it perfectly. He feels that's the best defense we're going to see. He thinks that was probably the best.
Rams?
Yeah, the Rams. He feels like that Rams team is the best.
That D-line was smoking.
Yeah, Gerard versus the truth.
That D-line was smoking, bro. Yeah. Like, there was so much pressure the Rams was getting in that game. Like, insane. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Like, and I didn't feel like this in the other rounds. Like, in the other rounds, I was more like on edge. But for some reason, I'm just feeling like we're going to come out and control this game. Like, even in the last game, CJ Gardner-Johnson getting ejected, Jordan Davis getting injured for a portion of the game. Like, a lot of BS happened in that game. Jalen Hurts getting hurt, and we still was in a position to win. Even with all of that, we was still in a position to win that game. This game going to be at the link, and the defense is playing like this.
She's talking facts, guys. She's not wrong. If you look at the game, we beat ourselves in that game. And I know that that's an excuse to some Commanders fans. They want to say, well, this and that. Guys, you're Devontae Smith drop away from that game being
literally
over. And you know that as a fan base. The thing is, you guys haven't experienced success on this level in quite some time. So I'm happy for you. You're here. Welcome to the big boy table. Now you're going to get this work. Simone, I agree. Something in me, when we played the Rams, I was like, oh my God. I was, oh my God. Same with the Green Bay Packers. But something in me tells me that the belt to bottoming we were giving the Commanders in that second one may continue at the beginning of this one. I'm excited to see it. And
especially after the way that game started with Jalen Hurts. We were literally – that game was about to be a blowout if Jalen didn't get hurt. Like, the way they were walking down the field effortlessly, like, again, Kenny Pickett turnovers, those first couple of drives where Kenny Pickett in the offense was 3 and out, turnovers, Jake Elliott missing in that game.
Twice.
He missed twice in that game.
Yeah.
The second one?
Yeah, he missed twice in that game, both from beyond 38, I believe. One was 38 and the other one was 42, I think.
I know he missed once. I didn't realize he missed twice.
Yep, I think he missed twice in that one. And then at the same time, she's making a good point. Guys, we were driving, but we couldn't finish drives with touchdowns. Every time we were in the red zone with Kenny Pickett and them, it was a field goal. The only touchdown he scored was the very first one. He
was already in the red zone.
By the way, Jalen Hurts set up for him.
Right.
And then he threw a slant to A.J. Brown for a touchdown. After that, guys, we would get down to the red zone and we would either miss a field goal or make a field goal. There was no scoring happening.
Right.
And if you think that Jalen Hurts is not going to be able to drive, you're going to be disappointed in the morning. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm ready for this game.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Little brother's up at the table. I'm excited for little brother to come get this work. But hey, you guys know me. If it ends up happening and on some form or fashion you guys take it, I'll stand in the paint. I'll own it. But that brings me into my next point. The Commanders' offense versus our defense really looks like the matchup in this game, right? We know our offense is going to drive. We know we're going to be in position. The only thing for my offense or for the Eagles offense that I think needs to happen is we need to feed Saquon Barkley like we always do, control time of possession, and not turn the football over. That's the key on offense. That's exactly what we're going to try to do. Defensively, the Commanders have a good offense. Let's be honest. Let's call it spade a spade. Jaden Daniels is incredible. That offense is very good. Unfortunately, they haven't played a defense like they're fitting to play on Sunday. Jalen Carter is that thing that goes bump in the night. He's the monster under your bed because that man has been absolutely insane in the playoffs. And now they have a right guard injury. Sam Cozy is going to be out. And that backup rookie guard is fitting to have his hands full with, oh, by the way, Aaron Donald came on air, talked to that man, Shady, and said, hey, my replacement's here, and he's in Philly.
Bruh.
His words. That was Aaron Donald's words. My replacement is here, and he's in Philly. Jalen Carter's the truth.
Right. Yeah. The defense, I'm really looking at Nolan because I saw Jaden Daniels rolls out to his right 80% of the time. That's Nolan. And I feel like Nolan got the speed, the tackling ability, the closing out ability to wrap this up, because the biggest thing is not letting Jaden Daniels scramble on first, second, third, fourth down. Like, that's the biggest key is not letting him scramble. And that's going to be Nolan Smith's assignment. And Nolan Smith, he has turned it up a notch himself in the playoffs. Like, the defense just seemed like everyone just got better in the playoffs. Like, even Darius Slay, like, turned it up a notch. So yeah, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident in this D-line. Like I said, I feel like Nolan, he understands the assignment. He got to have that picture in his locker, know what to do. Like, you on Jaden Daniels all game. Like,
100% agree. And it's going to be won and lost in that trench battle. And like you said, I really like the dynamic. Can we just realize Nolan Smith has been incredible this season?
Yeah.
He has really come into his own. He's earned a place, in my opinion, on the Eagles permanently. I think that he is going to be a proven pass rusher. I'm not going to go as far as to say he's having a Hassan Reddick impact of last year, but it's damn near close. And the way he communicates with Jalen Carter, and those two know football. Their football IQ is very high, and it allows them to do things like they did with Matthew Stafford, where they stunted, and Jalen Carter came outside, and I mean Matthew Stafford was basically gift wrapped into his arms because of Nolan's inside pressure. That's the kind of things we love. Also, wanted to give a shout out. Hey Trey, how you doing, man? Appreciate you for popping out tonight. Thank you so much. I think that our defense and our defense may give up yards. They will do that. We will give up yards. What are some things we do well? We turn the football over, guys. And I know everyone's like, oh, well, it was snowing. It was this. We forced a turnover in the Green Bay game. 3 of them. It wasn't snowing in that game. Guys, this defense is turnover hungry. Vic has these guys, and Vic Fangio, by the way, assistant coach of the year. It shouldn't be a debate.
He gotta be.
Facts. It shouldn't be a debate. And he's got this defense playing at a high clip. And even with all the injuries and all the bugs and all that stuff, you lose Nakobe Dean. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do without Nakobe? Also, shout out to Nakobe. He had an incredible year as well. Hope he makes a full recovery. But you stick in Orion Burks and Jermaine Trotter, and it's almost like nothing happened. Because you got Zach Bond leading the defense with his IQ, who has also been a sin from God. How long has it been since we've had an all-pro linebacker, Simone? Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know how we got Zach Bond like that. Like, that's literally a diamond in the rough.
On the low.
A diamond in the rough, for real. From special teamer to defensive player of the year.
The dude was supposed to just be a minimal signing that was supposed to help us with depth.
Right.
Because if we all remember, we had Devin White on the roster. Everyone thought Devin White was going to be that guy. But Zach Bond ended up being that dude, and it ended up paying off. I'm more than happy with it. Love Zach. Hope he gets a deal done in the future. But yeah, I really think that we have the edge when it comes to defense. Our offense is going to be able to score. And I said it last week versus the Lions, and I was wrong, Commanders fans. I didn't think you were going to do what you did to that Lions offense turnover-wise. Now, you guys still let them score 31 points. So when you guys are like, well, we shut them down. No, you didn't. No, they didn't shut them down. You just got Jared Goff, the Jared Goff we know and love, the guy that says, the Oprah of football, you get a turnover, you get a turnover. Like he was giving them out like candy. So Jalen Hurts not going to do that. I promise you our quarterback's not going to do that. So that kind of brings me into our final point, guys. Game predictions. And I know, how we feel about this, but realistically, guys, for Philly to win this football game, I'll give my keys and then I'll let Simone give her keys. You got to be able to run the ball, control the clock, keep Jaden Daniels off the sideline or off the football field. We have to be able to force turnovers. And at the end of the day, guys, Jalen Hurts needs to play mistake-free football. That goes in with the turnovers. But when I say mistake-free football, I mean not sitting in the pocket too long and taking unnecessary sacks that knock you out of field goal range or give you a safety. That safety had my blood pressure into my ears. And part of it was on Kellen. Kellen admitted that half of that. But Jalen Hurts being a senior player, I would still like for him to get rid of that football. And he's less mobile this week. So I would like for him to get the football out. But at the end of the day, guys, if we do those 3 things, I don't see how the Commanders beat us, Simone. What do you think?
Yeah, mine is similar. Us protecting the football, Jalen Hurts managing the game, as in not turning the ball over, like you said, not taking any sacks, throwing the ball away, sticking to the bread and butter, defense and run game, which we have been sticking to. Saquon on the field, eating up that clock, keeps Jaden Daniels on the sideline. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then again, obviously not letting Jaden Daniels extend those plays for no reason, just because it's a bunch of missed tackles. Literally.
That right there. And I'm glad you said that because I didn't. Jaden Daniels in our first meeting, and I know he was battling the rib injury or whatever it was, but I don't really care about all that because he played the whole game. So if you're in,
and Jalen was concussed half the game. So
thank you. So in that first meeting, he had 7 touches for 18 yards and a QBR of 20.8. That's horrible, guys. He looked like a rookie. And, what happened? The Eagles won the game. Handily, might I add. It looked close because they scored that touchdown with like 15 seconds left. But we had that game by 10 plus. Then you fast forward to the second game. Jaden Daniels had 8 touches for 80 yards and a QBR of 96.2. So he played significantly better in the second game. In this one, we're gonna have to limit him. He's not, if he gets it going with his feet, we are going to have a long day, because when he gets things going with his feet, it forces the secondary down in run support, and that's going to leave guys like Terry McLaurin and Zach Ertz open on the back end. The other kid they've had, De'Ami Brown, had a pretty good game against Detroit. I like our corners versus them pretty comfortably. But guys, limiting Jaden Daniels' ability to extend plays with his feet is, I agree with Simone 100%. That has to happen.
And Jake Elliott got to make his kicks.
That part too. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give him a little bit of grace. I think he's done a great job with field goals in the playoffs. Granted, none of them have been longer than 38 yards, but extra points, Jake, what the hell is we doing?
Extra points, bro.
Why are we donking extra points, brother? I know it's
extra
snowing.
Points.
Good Lord.
Literally.
Every time I do it, I was in that place like that. So I was like, Jake.
Extra. Please. I knew that game was going to be some drama when he missed that extra point. I just knew it was.
I agree 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what? If we're going to go score predictions, I think that this game is going to be close. It's going to be physical. I don't think the Eagles are just going to run away with it, although a small part of me.
I feel like we're going to run away with it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, my man Chosen thinks that too. I'm going to go 24-21 Birds in a close one. But there is a small little part of me that thinks we might bring the belt out on little brother. But
I think we're bringing the belt out. We do to bring the belt out, bro. I feel like it's going to be, I'm going to say 28-17 or 16, something like that. I feel like we bring the belt out. It's due. Like, we're due to bring the belt out. They've been disrespectful. The Eagles felt disrespected last game because of that cheap shot to Jalen Hurts. Like, CJ even said it himself. Like, they was feeling some type of way. The defense was. So I just feel like this team is taking this personal, and everybody wants to get back to the Super Bowl. Like, everybody on this team that was in that last Super Bowl, they want to get back. Like, Jalen Hurts had that Super Bowl confetti, him walking off the field as a screensaver on their phone. And all they got to do is take out the Washington Commanders at home. I don't think it's going to be close.
It's set up like it. Like, it's beautiful right now. Oh my goodness. We got this is something that we just got. Oh, 34-17 Mongol. Good Lord, son. We're for real bringing out the belt. Look, guys, I couldn't agree with her more. A little part of me thinks that, guys, a lot of these guys have been there. They want to get back. I just seen today, Darius Slay said that this will probably be his last game in the Link as an Eagle. So I think that, you know, he's really locked in trying to get back to the Super Bowl. Lane, we don't know how much time left we have with Lane Johnson. We don't know, you know, so we got some guys that are on that horizon looking off. And I think these guys are just so locked in. And I agree with Simone. I think they took that second game personal, because before that game, the only time we really got it handed to us was when I was sweating my butt off in Tampa Bay watching them give us that work. Right. Ever since that, we have been absolutely locked in. And then we lose that game without our starting quarterback. Now, granted, you know, the rookie had a great game, and the world was apart. They said, oh, no, the Eagles, they're falling apart. They wrote the defense off. They said, you know, they don't have it. They don't got it like that. All I've seen all week, Jalen Carter's not going to be able to tackle Jaden Daniels because he's got to catch him first. There are so many ammunitions that this team has given this defense, and I think they're going to regret it. Their defensive coordinator came on and was talking about how they're going to treat Jalen Hurts like a running back, and I think our defense is just sitting back saying, all right, bet. But yeah, man, I'm pumped for this one. This one is going to be my favorite game of the playoffs. We get to play little brother, and it's battle of the NFC East teams. And then, you know, everyone's always like, oh, would you rather have the Chiefs or the Bills? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't care. Whichever.
Yeah, I'm trying to focus on this game right here.
Exactly. And that's what I said last week. I said, you know what? We got to be worried about the Rams. So guess what? We're worried about little brother. Once we beat little brother, then we'll worry about who we going to go get this chip from.
Exactly. That's how I feel too.
No, absolutely, man. Guys, I want to say thank you to everybody that popped out tonight. And Simone, obviously, thank you for your time. I always love our collabs. I'm hoping we can do more of these in the future. Definitely, guys, one of my favorite Eagles content creators, a personal inspiration for me to get started in content creation. Her content's absolutely incredible. She's on TikTok. She's on YouTube, Instagram, all platforms, guys. Go give her a look. I promise you, you will not regret it. One of the best Eagles covers in the business. She's right here. She humbled me with her appearance tonight. Very happy that she humbled me with her appearance.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you for having me. Hopefully we're going to have some Super Bowl coverage coming up.
I was fitting to say on Sunday, you know, we'll be happy, and then we can talk about some Super Bowl coverage. Yeah, for sure. I'll get you back on here, and hopefully we can get, you know, the opposing team on here so we can get a little bit of chirping back and
Right.
forth.
So we get
Everybody
a
likes a
little
little bit of chirping. You know, when me and
exactly.
Simone are just agreeing, it's not as
Did
it's
he
not as great.
message you back?
What is it?
Did he message you back?
He did. He was at his sister's. He had something going on with his family, so
Mm.
I understand. I'm gonna give him a pass. He's actually a really good dude.
Mhm.
But moving forward in the future, guys, I'm gonna try to have Simone on the show as much as I can. I love conversing Eagles with her. She's also just genuinely a good person to talk ball with. Absolutely incredible. Simone, thank you for your time.
Appreciate
And guys,
y'all.
to you that all popped out tonight and enjoyed the show, I know it's brand new. Thank you guys so much. You guys are what make this show so much fun to do. I absolutely love it. The most fun I've ever had. And I'm really looking forward to some future episodes with the likes of Simone. And guys, we're going to have some special guests of other types too. Next season and going into the off season. So I want to say thank you and good night. Thank you to the Sports Lounge Media for powering this show. And thank you to our sponsors. Guys, thank you so much. And you know what? We're going to have a conversation because it's looking like we're going to be having some Super Bowl coverage. Let's see what happens after Sunday.
Period. Go Birds.